All right, so I'm here with Nicholas and Amanda, and what was the last name?
Pitt.
Pitt, okay. And they have a child that was diagnosed with autism, or at least on the spectrum. I don't have the full story yet. So go through the story of his diagnosis and so forth and tell me how.
The diagnosis?
Yeah.
Around 3.5, he
Yep.
was diagnosed with autism level 2 when we were living in Meridian. Well, we were living in Nampa, but it was done in Meridian.
Right.
Idaho.
What symptoms had you guys noticed at home that made you want to go get evaluated?
He quit talking. He was lining up all of his toys. Withdrawn. Had no interest in other kids.
Right.
I think.
He was just secluded in his own world. So.
And so that made you take him to go. Did you go to a pediatrician initially?
A neurologist.
A neurologist.
Yeah.
If that was stored to get people are better.
Yeah, we're going to try to get people better. Yeah. And so they made the diagnosis, and then were there any interventions made?
We tried doing speech therapy, occupational therapy, but
He wasn't ready for it.
no.
Right. What age was he
He
initially?
was 4 by that time.
Before, right. And was there any antecedent to him being diagnosed that you think may have precipitated the diagnosis?
We believe it's from his vaccines.
Yeah. And which vaccine was it? Immediately after a certain vaccine?
It was a slow progress after his MMR at 12
MMR.
months.
Do you have a friend? Do you have a friend?
I have a lot of friends.
What's what? That friend you have?
Yeah, that's Angela.
Angela, she works for
She
you.
works for me. Well, you're smart.
You do work for him.
Yeah. And so, so you did the speech therapy. Was there any progress with that?
No, the speech therapist only worked on the letter B sound.
right.
So that's kind of where it was
Yeah,
for.
we did that for a year.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah,
Right.
worked on the B sound for a year, but he knew his ABCs and everything before we lost him, and he said his first sentence when he was 10 months old,
Right.
and he was walked at a normal time 10 months. And,
Right.
But after that, he regressed.
But after the MMR, he regressed. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
They also gave him an extra Hep B and everything at that time.
And so then, after the physical therapy, did you guys progress
in the
to any
fridge.
other interventions?
We've done some biomed at 6 and a
We're
half.
going to get people are better.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. At 6 and a half, we started doing anti-color chelation, which is how we got him talking in sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really got him to come back.
Right. Where'd y'all do the chelation?
Anti-color chelation is you do it at home. You do it through.
Oh, I see.
With a book that
Right.
he wrote.
Right.
It's just low dose.
Right.
It's a really safe protocol. And other than that, what else have we done?
Well, we did his hair
When
test
people came.
to find out how much metal he had.
When people
So you guys were basically just self-educating and kind of going along and trying things.
Spending
You have
hours
a
every
whole
night
lot
on the
of-
computer.
whole lot
Right.
of- whole lot of
Up until like
people.
4 in the morning, reading and researching,
Right.
and then adding in the minerals and stuff that he needs: the zinc, the magnesium, the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin
Right.
D. Then
When people came.
One reason we started doing it ourselves, though, is because when we take him into his pediatrician in Alaska, everything that we'd say we didn't feel was normal, he would just brush off.
Right.
yeah, he had reactions to every vaccine he ever had.
Right.
And he was fully vaccinated until he was 12.
Right.
Until he was 12 months.
Right.
And he'd have. When he was born, he had the Hep B and the vitamin K, and he had an ear infection 2 weeks later. Then he always had eczema. He always had periodic fevers,
Right.
and but he always came back. He'd always come back, but it was the MMR shot that he didn't come back from. And we didn't. I was going to stop vaccinating him at 6 months.
Right.
But because I was suspicious and I
Right.
didn't think the pediatrician was really looking out for him. But then at 12 months, he came in contact with someone with either measles or chickenpox. And we didn't know. And we did research in the CDC, they put out the information they want you to know. So they use the scare tactics of 1 in 2,000 die, or
Right.
if they get a shot real quick, then it'll benefit them. And so we went ahead and let him do the 12-month, and one of the worst mistakes of our lives.
Yeah,
So,
right, right. And so then, after the chelation and adding the minerals and so forth, was there another intervention after that?
the chelation you continue to do. It's
Okay,
like
so
you
you
do it for like 2 to 3 years,
Right,
basically. But it's
But then did you add anything else on top of that?
yeah, we mito support because mitochondrial showed a little bit of dysfunction, so we
Daddy?
we give him
Daddy.
what's called mitocell PQQ has helped him get energy into his cells.
Right. This is a supplement,
Yeah.
nutritional supplement? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like carnitine and
Yeah.
things like that. And so we did a vitamin A protocol, which is just high dose vitamin A for a
very
couple
good.
days, because he deals with the viruses, the yeast,
Right.
the bacteria.
Right, right. How old were you when he was born?
26, I think.
26. And had you ever been diagnosed with low thyroid or been evaluated?
No, I was in the Army when we conceived him.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he also had a flu shot when he was first trimester. So.
We need to have your TSH checked, right? So usually it's an incubation in a hypothyroid environment that makes them vulnerable, right? Because they come out not producing adequate hydrochloric acid, and that is what allows these viruses to progress places that they shouldn't progress to, right? So
And that's another thing we do now. We give him butane with every meal, gut
Yeah.
to enzymes and stuff.
yeah, yeah. So that's very important. And so how did you learn about the ketamine?
Just from you on your website.
Okay, so following me. When did you guys start following?
I probably started following you about 6 months ago.
Okay, all right. And so, and you called Dr. Danishvar, and he agreed with that. So, yeah, what we're doing with these kids with autism is treating them with ketamine. The hypothesis being that autism is caused by an inflammatory response to candida overgrowth in the amygdala portion of the brain. So, if we kill off that candida, then we should get rid of the inflammation and then get rid of the symptoms of autism. And ketamine penetrates the blood-brain barrier and kills candida. So you had an initial infusion. Was that yesterday?
No, that was 3 weeks ago.
The
Yeah,
4th.
about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And then, and what changes have you noticed?
His response rate has improved.
Yeah.
You can tell the inflammation has been down.
In my house.
Right.
He's more affectionate, more,
Right.
Apologetic.
more aware,
Right,
more
Creative.
creative.
right.
More disobedient, which is actually a good thing,
Uh-huh.
and defiant. That's
Right.
but
Was he always as verbal as he is now?
No.
No. Yeah.
now it's continuous.
Right.
When before
yeah,
it was
he's
just,
putting sentences together, right?
Right.
Yeah. So okay, good. All right. Well, so we're going to do the repeat his ATEC score, which is an evaluation list that gives us an objective number that quantifies the level of autism. And you guys you've done this yourself
Yeah,
before, right?
we've been doing that for a couple of years.
For a couple of years.
So
So you've done several of these, right? And have you seen any
I think we've
decrease in
done
his
3.
numbers?
Yeah, we went from 76, I think, on to 41 with
Right.
anti-color chelation.
Right.
We tried foot baths, but then the EATEC went up from 41 to 47, I
Right.
think.
Yeah.
So, and that's another one we tried.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what's his lowest number?
41 was the lowest
41.
number.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to repeat it. So this is a way that we can objectify our the results that we're getting with the ketamine. And again, and then me doing it gives us more objectivity than if the parents are doing it, because you can kind of wish that he's doing better. And so, all right. So we'll repeat this, and we'll continue So the autism is a more a deeper infection or a more serious infection, than say like depression. We can treat depression, right? I mean, in 45 minutes, one treatment, right? I mean, they're, all better. But with these deeper brain infections like Alzheimer's, autism, ALS, right? It takes more treatments, right? So it basically is treating an infection, right? And the level of treatment depends on the level of infection. So,
Right.
all right.